Ifa ceremony and what does it entail?
Oh, so you just gonna jump right into it, okay? Oh, that's how we doing it? You just jump right into it. Okay, well, the Hand of Ifa ceremony is the ceremony where you receive your own personal Ifa. So what do I mean by your own personal Ifa, right? Because Ifa is always out there, but we're talking about oh, you got a joke. We ain't gonna go over there yet, sir. Everybody don't know about it. So
I know about you.
hey, you keep all that stuff in the background.
Okay.
So, when you receive your Hand of Ifa, you are receiving your physical representation of the deity Orunmila. Orunmila, who is the witness of heaven, or the deity of wisdom. Pardon me. So, when you receive your Hand of Ifa, this is the time when essentially your destiny is revealed to you. It says that all of us had a conversation with Olodumare, or God Almighty, before we came from heaven to earth. Now, in that conversation, as opposed to God telling you, hey, you right there, you going to earth. You know what you're going to earth for? Oh, yeah, you're going to be the best football player to come out of Timbuktu. Oh, yeah, you over there. You're going to be the best ballerina to come out of Decatur. Yeah, you're going to die when you're 92. And I think you should have about 4 kids. You over there. I think you're getting out of there about 55. You have 13 kids. Good Lord, 13 kids. But no, it wasn't that God necessarily told you exactly what you were coming to do. It's really the other way around. It says that you told God why you was coming in here. Ain't that the rub? You mean I told God why I was coming in? And, most of us can look at that and say, I don't know if I would have picked this. There's been some twists, some turns, some trials, some tribulations. I don't know if this is exactly what I would have picked. For that matter, if I had a choice, I'd have been Beyonce. Or I'd have been LeBron. But no, it says that whatever path, whatever road that you on, that you picked it. And not only did you pick it, but that God co-signed your plan. So how do we know that God co-signed our plan? Well, let me tell you. They say it's really a long walk between heaven and earth. That it's such a long walk that it takes you about 9 months to get there. It says by the time you get to the finish of this walk, you're tired, you're thirsty. You're not even thinking about this conversation you have with God anymore. You're kind of worn out. You just, give me something to eat, give me something to drink. Well, it says while you were having your conversation with God, God's got a right-hand man. We like to call him Orunmila, which loosely translates to the witness of heaven, or the witness of destiny. It says while you were having your conversation with God, Orunmila was over there writing it all down. What did he say? Football player at Timbuktu? All right. 13 kids? Good Lord. That boy wants a lot. 92. So that's when you're coming back. 92. All right, cool. So whatever it is that you said, that Orunmila wrote it all down. This is a long walk between heaven and earth. It says really, most of us actually don't make it. That it's such a long walk. That there's about 9 billion of us that start out, but only one of us actually get the egg in each race. Only one of us makes it to the finish line, right? So it says if you made it here, that God co-signed your plan. You started off as a winner. Yeah. So now you got here, but you've been walking a long time. You're not even thinking about this conversation that you done had with God. You get to the other side, give me something to eat, give me something to drink. So traditionally, in most places, I'm not even just talking about West Africa, where Ifa or Orisha tradition is primarily known to come from, but in most indigenous cultures, before the colonists got there, at least, when the child was born, they did some type of a divination or reading, or what we call a dafa, right? Now, during that reading, they really only asking 2 main questions. Who are you, and what did you come here for? In other words, who was you in heaven before you even came from heaven to earth? It says there's nothing that comes from nothing. Everything comes from something. So what were you before you got here? And then what did you come here for? What was your purpose? So that's really what Ifa is about. Ifa is about finding out your purpose. It says, so you got here with a purpose. What was it? And so that's what we call a naming ceremony, or what they might call an Essentai. When the child was born, we do this divination. We actually follow what was their purpose. And that's how you get your name. You be little Yetunde. She's the grandmother reborn. She came here to finish some things. A little Babatunde, he's the grandfather reborn. He's little Lubabi. It says that's the reason why you came here. So that's really what Ifa is at its core, at its purpose. It's to assist you in being in alignment with that part of your soul that remembers the conversation that you had with God. Everything else is pretty much a means to an end. So that's really what it is. So when you get your Hand of Ifa, is the time that we pull and find out that Odu, that was your life pattern. Why did you come here? What did you come here for? And we do that by you receiving your own Ifa. Not me doing it for my Ifa, but your own Ifa. So if you haven't had a naming ceremony, this is the first time that you get a chance to look at your life path, at your road map, or what we call your Ita. And so that's the reason why you get your Hand of Ifa, so that you can understand what your purpose is and ideally be in alignment with it. If there was things that you needed to avoid, let me find out what they are so that I don't keep looking for the things that's going to cause me problems in life. If there was things that I need to particularly be looking for, if there was lessons that I needed to learn, let me figure out what they are so that I can get on to learning those lessons. Because oftentimes we go through these trials and tribulations trying to figure out these lessons, but the lessons are confusing. And so we end up going through the same thing over and over and over again. And so Ifa is there to give you that guidance map, that roadmap to assist you in finding out what that destiny is, being in alignment with that particular destiny. And so at its core, that's what it is. Everything else after that is sort of a means to an end. So that at its core is what your Hand of Ifa is. When you receive your own physical representation of Orumila, your own physical representation of Ifa. And so from that point on, it is generally a 3-day ceremony, but depending upon the circumstances, things are done in the way that they need to be done, because the conversation that you had with God ain't the conversation that I had with God, ain't the conversation that Bree had with God. So what you came here to do, or rather what you came here to learn, ain't going to be what I came here to learn. And for that matter, everybody always thinks that the conversation was, oh, let me be rich. Oh, let me be powerful. Oh, let me be beautiful. But oftentimes, the conversations that we had, the things that we asked for, were some of the problems that we going through in life. It's because it's the problems and the issues that really make you grow. That's why they call growing pains. That there has to be a catalyst to your growth. And so, oftentimes, we wonder, like, why would I have put myself in this predicament, in this situation? I would have picked something else. Well, no. It says that you came here to evolve. And so, in order to have that evolution, there's got to be some pressure. And so Ifa is the roadmap to help you understand what that is, so that you can go forward and be successful and learn the things that you need to do. And ideally, that you could make the smallest sacrifice for the biggest gain, as opposed to the biggest sacrifice for the smallest gain. The biggest sacrifice is time, because that time is definitely limited. And we don't have time to do things over and over and over again. And so ideally, when you have your Ifa and you have that guidance, not that you never going to go through no other problems, but that when you go through the problem, you actually get the lesson, you move on, and then you're able to move through life that much easier, that much swifter, in order to accomplish your destiny and your purpose. And in that, you also find success, happiness, prosperity, longevity, and you create a legacy for your own family. So that's the real core of what Ifa is.